Welcome to the Road Operator Podcast. It is your host, Frogman Costa, and today we have Pew Pew, also known as FallenWhale. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Alrighty. I haven't seen each other for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, doing
So,
shit.
yeah. So, let's start from the beginning. Your childhood. What has your childhood been
So,
like?
so basically, when I was around like 8, I always wanted to work at Raytheon, which, if you don't know what Raytheon is, it's like a missile development company. And they create missiles. Like the most popular being the Javelin at the moment, I believe, which is being used in Ukraine, being sold all over the world. I wanted to work there because it's the least dangerous and it's the closest to the military. After that, I, I slowly got into more of like a job that I wanted to risk my life and save people. So I was like, oh, firemen are fucking dope. But as I started to see some of these like more military, I only saw infantry. I never knew about stuff. I didn't know shit about them. You know, I only saw infantry. I was like, oh, those guys are so fucking cool. Um, yeah, that's how I found out about the military specifically. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. So, what brought you to Milsim?
It's a funny story actually. So I was in my 5th grade class, all right, history, and my friend was like, Aiden, or Fallen, well, my real name's Aiden, so I'll just say Aiden, download Discord, all right? We can chat there when we're at home. We can play video games and shit. It's like, all right. So I download Discord, all right? And I'm scrolling through Roblox as any 12-year-old would do. And I find this game called Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5. I'm like, that's fucking sick. All right. I join it and I play it. I'm playing this shit for like 2 hours. I'm like, wow, look at this. Look at this M4A1 I have. It's kitted. It has all these cool shit on it. I didn't know any attachments. It's like, oh my god, look at that. It's a hollow. It's a hollow sight from Call of Duty. And I, that was like what brought me in. I was like, I checked the information. I was like, oh shit, they have a Discord server. I joined that server, and that's where I found factions, what factions were. And those are basically units, but in BRM5. And I joined my first ever Milsim slash faction, which was the 101st Airborne Division, led by this dude who was in the military. And I had a fucking blast. And I ended up becoming a first sergeant in there for the company. And then I left because it died. But yeah, that's how I found it.
Cool, cool. So, during your first mil, you said your first Milsim was like a infantry 82nd Airborne, right?
101st
One of the
Air
first.
Assault, I guess. No.
So, what was the pipeline like for that?
The pipeline
Yeah.
back then, in like 2017, not a lot of people knew much about CQB shit. Like, a lot of shit has been uncovered now, especially to the Roblox Milsim community. But back then, CQB was more of a Russian approach in how they do it, which is just go in and gun. There was no, like path of least resistance type shit, all that. None of that. It was just go in, shoot everything. Back then, actually, there was a lot of Roblox PT, which is fucking annoying. And yeah, you'd have to like run, like shift W, and then they'd be like, hey, by the way, we got to make sure that you're active. So click A and D every time, every second, to make sure that you're not just AFK right now. And so that was annoying because selections would take up to 4 or 5 hours, and that took up a majority of it. Then they went over like helicopter shit, and then it was a lot of Mouttown shit. Though I remember that. Yeah, mainly CQB, Mouttown, and PT.
Cool. Did you go on like on a deployment there as well, or
I went on a few deployments.
what was that like?
Um, it was fun because nobody gave a shit. Like it wasn't realism. It wasn't permadeath. It was like let's all have fun, but let's also listen so we're not idiots. But it was mainly fun because it was a bunch of dudes who were like 16, 17. Two of them I remember, they were called like the Muffins. These two brothers who are now in the army. They enlisted about 2 years ago. I know there was this one dude. I remember him. He was in like Mississippi. No, Georgia. It was Georgia. I remember him. He was a really good guy. And then you also had some people like who we see now, Kruger, Rack. They were all in BRM5. They were in this different faction. I think they were in GIGN or some shit. But we all worked together. All the factions would work together and shit. You know, it was just a really good time.
Cool. Really cool. So, after that, second or that 101st unit, what do you do then?
There's this game called Group Recruitment Plaza, and I used to join that shit a lot because I'd find cool groups like Star Wars shit, Halo, whatever. And this guy who used to be in the Milsim community, he left now. Sergeant McSquizzy was there, and he used to be fuck, what was his role? He used to be an E9 in Steelers NJ's Red Squadron, and he was recruiting. And I saw it, I was like, this is fucking sick. That's the first first tier 1 DEVGRU type shit that I've ever saw. And I joined it, and I saw their green team selections, and I was like, this is too long. I don't want to do it. But I did green teams, and I became a strap in that unit. Then from there, I didn't really do anything until Steelers NJ started to he joined that one SOCOM, and then he got accused of leaking. I don't know if he did or didn't, but he got accused of leaking. And then everyone just started leaving. He said that he needed a CCT. I became that CCT for the unit. I just stayed in that unit for like over a year because I really enjoyed it. And then from there, I went to ACS, joined a shit ton of units, got to know a lot of people. You know, yeah, I just got involved with the community. That's where I made my name, I guess.
When you, after that Red Squadron, after ACS, what do you do then?
So for a good bit of time, I'd try running my own units. It was very difficult though, because back then there was no there was a few free maps that they can use. All the guns were shit, but that's what made it better in my opinion. That's what made it fun. There was no conflict really, but it was really hard to get good guns. People would sell them for like $8 for like a Remington HK, which is stupid. But it was really hard because you needed money. You needed to be someone with money and influence, and I didn't have any money because I was like fucking 13 or 14, and my influence is very little. But I mean, I tried to run my own units. That's how I made my name, and then I started to make new connections with people, such as one of my friends, Texan Raider, who got me a shit ton of stuff, helped me. And from there, I met other people, builders, map makers, modelers, etc. You know, and yeah, that was like my next phase in Milsim.
Cool. Is this around the same time where you met Caitlin at?
No,
No?
I met Caitlin last summer. Yeah, that was last summer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, to the viewers, Caitlin is like my ex-girlfriend type thing, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah, they got married in Roblox.
Yeah,
they had a fun
it was
time.
funny.
Yeah, it was
Alrighty.
funny. Everyone
Yeah.
memed on him.
Yeah. So, after that, what did you do?
So I found out about Thomas Jefferson through this ODA because I invited Sergeant McSquizzy to it. And I am Pickle, some other people, some of my friends. And Sergeant McSquizzy invited Thomas Jefferson. Now, I'd only heard about Thomas Jefferson, but Thomas Jefferson had a shit ton of influence. And he still does have a shit ton of influence. But I became really good friends with him. and we started doing shit. Then towards that summer, Arma importing became a thing. I remember people that could Arma import. There was only two people at the time, Moose and NTG UK or Rex, and Moose was selling his shit for like $20, and they Arma imports looked really fucking nice. And he was making shitload, and I was like, you know what? I was talking to Thomas. I was like, Thomas, what if we make some Arma imports? We can make some fucking money. So I spent a whole week of my summer learning how to import from Arma 3. And that took a lot of time, but it was really worth it. And at the same time, I kind of got into a conflict with Saucy because he was being a bitch and he was like doxing my friends. He even doxed me. So what I did was I found a bunch of his maps and I leaked them all, which got me banned from ACS, ACSM, a shit ton of communities I got banned from. But that's what really made my name. That and then me releasing a shit ton of Arma imports. Those both made my name and like who I am today, basically. But yeah, that was like my peak, I guess, my prime.
Really
And I took a
cool.
break after that. Yeah.
Really cool. I know Thomas, especially. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Thomas made your name because he has so much influence. He made basically me. He made like a shit ton of people amazingly active and popular and stuff. So, after when you were in your prime, what was going on?
Well, because I got banned from everywhere, that meant that I was like falling out of my prime, and I made a unit, and that went on. It was one of my better units. It went on for like a few months, and then it died, and then I just stopped giving a shit about Roblox, really, like the Milsim, and I took a break. I mean, I still be on Discord. I talk to friends, but I wouldn't do Milsim. I didn't join a single unit. I didn't run a unit. I would just talk, and that's it. I really enjoyed that, to be honest. It was nice until 3 months, 4 months ago, when I started to get involved again. And then I created my now unit, and it's going really well. You know, I'm enjoying it. I'm back in the community. I'm not a dick like some people are. Yeah, I'm just here.
Cool, cool. What was that unit that you started and then you quit?
It was this SCP Milsim called Omega 44, and it was just like a mobile task force where we hunt down SCPs and shit, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool, cool, real cool. Alrighty. Well, what are you currently doing now?
I'm doing this unit from it's called Cold Harbor. It's doing a crisis troop from it, which there's basically 3 troops in Cold Harbor. I'm doing crisis troop Scorch, which is basically this American PMC, and they would kill. It's like all kill no capture unit. So yeah, we kill HVTs, we kill or HVIs, I guess now they're called, and then just other shit. We get the job done.
And by the way, to the viewers, HVT, HVI is high value individual, high value target. Basically, a really like a leader, like a bad guy that's a leader, something like that.
Like Bin Laden.
Bin Laden is an HVI. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, if you want to send me the information, I can definitely put it in the description and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. No, you go. No, it's fine.
Alrighty. So now to the lightning round. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and you're gonna answer them the best you can and stuff. Cool?
Alright.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Favorite superhero?
A-Train.
A-Train? Oh my god, I hate that guy. But okay, interesting. Favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Favorite person?
Rob O'Neill.
Favorite quote.
Fuck. Only easy days yesterday.
Oh my god.
It's
Alrighty.
just shit that comes to my mind first.
Favorite special operations unit.
Second bat, 75th Ranger.
Okay. Daily routine.
Wake up 4:30, go to the gym, go home, shower, eat breakfast, go to school, play sports, go home, homework, go to bed.
Cool. Cool. Alrighty. Favorite gun. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just thinking that's a good one. I'll probably go with the BCM.
PCM? Okay.
Oh shit! About this. Fuck.
If you were
Yeah.
to go into a combat zone such as like Vietnam, any like jungle area, what gun would you bring, and what chest rig brand would you bring?
Brand.
Yeah.
You know, Spirit Systems. Like rig. Like they're fuck. What's it called? It provides no. I'd probably bring actually a JPC. And if I was in that kind of environment, I'd bring an SR-25 or an M110.
Cool. Alrighty. Any advice for future Milsimers?
Don't join. To be honest, it's not as fun as it used to be. You know, if you want to do Milsim, get Arma 3, get Red or Not. You'll have a way better time there. And if you want to do Milsim, or if you want to join the military, and no matter how old you are, start training now because it's worth it. I didn't start training until last year because I want to become a ranger. I'm going to enlist in about a year. I want to become a ranger, and I only started training about last year. I used to be a fat kid, and it was tough for me. But now that I'm 160 pounds, 5'11", I run a 630 mile, which should be better, but it isn't. But I'm decently fit, pretty much. But start training now, even if you're 13. You know, lifting doesn't stunt your growth. Don't take steroids; it's not worth it. Don't vape. Be mild on drugs. That's my advice.
Alright, cool. Oh, cool. And last question before we're done here.
All right.
Alrighty. What is your favorite meal?
I'm Turkish, so it's gonna be a Turkish meal. It's called manta, which is basically this Turkish ravioli dish. It
Ravioli.
originates in Caucasus.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Thank you for coming out.
for sure.
Yeah.